I'm going to share a quick
Yeah.
story.
Yeah.
Between 2005 and 2009, I was selling residential real estate. And in 2007, when the economic crisis hit, I was 32 years old, and I was looking at losing my home and filing bankruptcy. The bottom line is I had no leverage in my life. I was working 50 to 60 hours a week. I could not outwork, I could not outrun what was going on in the economy. And if you're somebody that if you don't close the deal, you're not eating tomorrow, you have no leverage, period. Now, I want you to write this down, because if this does not shock you into having a different mindset or an open mindset, you're probably just not ready to receive the message. There's two things that have people change. Number one, pain and suffering, which is what I was going through at that time. And then the second thing is joy and inspiration. And we get to choose if we're going to change due to joy and inspiration, or if some force outside of us is going to come into our lives, create some pain and suffering, and we go, okay, wait a minute, maybe I need to look at things a little bit differently. So here's what I want you to write down. Based on economics, every 14.4 to 14.5 years, you need to make double the amount of money, take-home money, that you're making right now to maintain the standard of life that you're living today. I'm going to say that again. Every 14.4 to 14.5 years, you are going to need to double the amount of money that you are currently taking home to maintain the standard of life that you're living today. So let's put this in some real context. I'm 32 years old. I'm making about 100 grand a year at that point in time. That means if I only live to 75, I'm going to need $800,000 a year to maintain the quality of life I'm living as a 32-year-old making $100,000 a year. So my question for those of you that are listening is, what is your solution to that? If you don't have leverage, which means the ability to be compensated outside of your personal time, energy, and effort, then you're going to do what most people do, which is work until the day that they die, or you're going to have to downsize your life when you take your foot off the gas pedal, and your quality of life will go down because you no longer are generating the money that you were generating when you had the energy and the drive and the desire to go crank it out and continue to sell more houses each year. So this conversation around leverage is one that is really around peace of mind. Like, it is impossible to create. I don't care how great you are at sales. I don't care how much money you're putting into funneling leads so that you can do transactions each year. You will never, ever, ever be able to create the time and the money that's available to live a quality of life that not just maintains as you age, that can have the ability to improve as you age, while you gain ownership of your time so that you can pursue your passions, you can be there for the most important times and people in your life, and that you're in the driver's seat. If you're in linear income, which is close a deal, and you're unemployed till you close the next one, you're screwed. Like, you don't have leverage. And that is where I sat at 32 years old. I am so grateful for learning about that concept and ways to help people actually get it. Like, the peace of mind that comes when that conversation goes away. It doesn't matter that we've been locked in our house for 5 weeks. Never once have we thought about, oh my goodness, how are we paying the bills? Like, that kind of peace of mind, and to get sick and go, oh, you know what? If this takes 2 weeks or 2 months or 10 months, I have peace of mind and I can be present to do what I need to do, which is called get healthy. That is what leverage gives you. And the beauty of this model and how it's set up to help anyone. Like, it's about taking ordinary people and giving them a vehicle that creates extraordinary things, which, if you're to be honest, is what all of us really want. The ability to live life on our terms, do it with joy, do it with passion, and do it with peace of mind. And I'll pass it over to my husband, whom I love so much. Thank you guys for having an invitation to have me on the show today.